On social media. Welcome to Zambia's first and finest visual radio, Sun FM TV.
What have you heard in the press today? What have you heard in the press today? Time for press review. Call us on 0212 617140 or send us a message on 0971 555 885. Press review from 13:30 to 14 hours. What have you heard in the press today?
Welcome to your press review, the Wednesday edition, and we'll do remember that today's edition we mainly focus on receiving phone calls from women, and it's one way that we get to make sure that women equally do have a voice as far as giving what they've heard in the press. My name is Victor Mwanza.
My name is Lakonisha Sakala.
We go straight with how you are getting in touch with us, women. 0955 855 953, or for your text messages, Vashtata, you can simply come through on 076 89 122. That's the number that you're sending us your text messages on, and we'll be more than glad. Remember, to all the men, you're sending us text messages. To all the women, you're calling us on 0955 855 953. Good afternoon. We lost you. You can simply call us. And Coco, you care to give us our first story? You care to give us our first story? Okay. She's giving me the sign. All right. You can call us 0955 855 953. That is the number that you are calling us on. First story. The Lusaka Magistrate Court has found former Kasama MP Kelvin Sampa with a case to answer in a matter where he is accused of theft by agent, illegal possession of forged bank notes, and possession of material used for forgery, rather. 0955 855 953. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Victor Maomba Chanarako.
Mkwai to bomba febuino bana banda.
Wakampo kanisa isi yabo.
Ngaba konkanya po mkwai.
Mkwai. Na sende ine mwaberenga no mbali ne hapo. Yoba ikato pange mpia. Chapeke pene pia chance ya kubeka taba bene abantu bantu kwati baba bengi. Chala flag geni mpiesha shishiri bwino bale panga fesha bulo kulondero kasho tetshibombe nga bena mama mashini bafunishe kwi. Babe kataba bakande. Na senda pone ina chukwa chwa migration kurusa po kuna ikata bafika ikata foreigners bale shane fintu kwa bula ma license wewe ne bachalo tatwa kwa tapo na ma place kwa kushite batama foreigners ya bafuru ushe mbomba chani bakansi mpose kwa maana o mpera ama shop bale kwa tama license twatotera ba Victor Mombe buli.
Thank you very much for coming through. 0955 855 953. A kind reminder that today we are only accommodating women phone calls, and to all the men, you can send us a text message on 076 89 122. That is the number that you're sending us your text messages on. Care to give us a story?
Let's see.
Or you still want to give me a roll on?
It's hard, yeah, but a tragic mine collapse in the Kakwa Gold Rush area of Mufumbwe district in northwestern province has claimed at least 8 lives following intensified police operations against illegal mining in the region. Hello, good afternoon.
Coco, good afternoon.
Hi, good afternoon. Who's on the line with us?
Chanda from Ndola.
Chanda, please go
Victor,
ahead.
how are you?
I'm very fine, thank you, Chanda. How are you? Talk to us.
I'm okay. My name is coming from Meridian and Channel as well. First, I'll talk about Iyabamu Valand that the 46 ma Kulayuma Saisala and the Papi from Zambia. Oh, Kubalandi for him. I'm sure I just have Molana of Mamchikan. I love it. Ramalan Tanivalan, the action about Mona Kabakanya opposition. I'm trying to assume what you will respond to. I like a kuya kumbao na ngumu njali mdeta sala watu walako ayeni isi hapa zungi kumpira mubiri wa watu waise. It seems like somebody communication wa family na government and then konke zote kianda ba kebi zuru ndema hizo nzare na ni government konke so swala sio sasa pote lo mubiri wa lungu ya siku ni mtu wote sira izikyakudonsana tafire taviranga bwino nakukyalo nakubantu bandi wekogayi.
Thank you very much for coming through, Chanda. 0955-855-953. Now, Finance and National Planning Minister Dr. Stombeko Msokotwane says the recent appreciation of the kwacha is largely due to increased foreign currency inflow from the mining sector, among other contributing factors. Commenting on the kwacha's performance in an interview on Monday, Dr. Msokotwane attributed the positive trend to good policies implemented by the UPND government. 0955-855-953. It's a Wednesday edition of Your Press Review, and remember that today we're accommodating women.
Hello, good afternoon.
Kokoshan.
Hello.
Hello.
Bueno, Zambia and Manchester City coach Edwin Konda.
Edwin mkwailelo bushku bana mayo twatotela ngatimatilembera koka message. Thank you very much for coming through. We don't want to be rude by just cutting you abruptly. We care to sensitize you as well to say lelo bushku bana mayo. So that give us a text message. 076-81-89122 is the number that you're sending us a text message on. And we are glad Coco will be able to read that message for you. But just as you send the message equally, it shouldn't be an essay. It should be summarized, you know. It should be short and sweet, you know, like Coco's grandfather would put it. Good afternoon.
Victor, alamukana kabastata tabakonfwe. Mleva putura fie, no sino kulanda nabo. Mukalande mikuingo for my radio, kare yaisa radio.
Thank you very much. Well, she always has my back on that one. 0955-855-953 is the number that you are calling us on. Now, Lusaka High Court has heard that the Let Independent Broadcasting Authority, IBA Director General Guntila Mlea, called for help at Mika Convention Center near the gate. 0955-855-953. Mkwaye nga tibabwesha kufeka volume kuchilimba na ngola kuti TV so that tumfwana. Mkwaye nga bakonkanya hapo nibani tulanda na bena.
Mleranda na charity ngandi kuno kuli bote chintu.
Mkwaye ba charity nga bakonkanya hapo.
Mkwaye kwena inende fire kulanda ko tasne kufile kika mcharo muno tashuwene. Zambia is a Christian nation. Iseni tumfwane fe bwino fe twikale fe mtende. Ocho tureka bila bali abantu bali bodi abakateka befu. Ero tulero lera nomba futi pokumfati yota bayise au tachiwene tatutemeno na mfipano no eni timaidi fia ya imapa mubi fia sakamana liswa papata mweba ku South Africa munga tuberera ko luse kuberera no se tisuma bible iranda tukute mwana tantute mwana ngama Zambianzi tisuma mkwa imwombe bwini.
Thank you very much for coming through. 0955-855-953. Coco looks like has a number of text messages.
Yes, we can start them off. Now, good afternoon. My name is Gift Chifwai Lamumba. My PR is on what I heard. My Kevi Zulu family spokesperson announced, and I quote, "We hope mortal remains of ECA will be repatriated someday. My humble advice of the government is kindly wait until the family is done with grief and burial arrangements to avoid incurring more expenses the wills have stored." Good afternoon, Sun FM. My press review this afternoon goes straight to what I heard on Millennium FM this morning about the repatriation of the 60th Republican president remains being postponed. This clearly indicates that the government are not cooperating with the family. So I'd like to urge the government to stay or be mute as we are waiting for the official statement from the family, which us Zambians will now follow Mr. Koface Lungu from Luancha. Good afternoon, Coco and Victor. Moses Chansa from Chinilawombwe. My PR is on what I heard on Sun FM Media News today. Former president's remains will not be repatriated to Zambia today due to breaches in the arrangements by government. Why should the government fail to stick to what they said or agreed with the family in South Africa? This is the secretary to the cabinet should be held responsible for the breaches. If the government can't follow simple things they agreed, then let them allow the family to bury in South Africa. Finally, on Diamond TV Breakfast Show today, Chaonda Ngwira said there is no country without the former president, so he was urging Zambians to make one next year. I totally agree with him. You need to have a former president next year. Sun FM, good afternoon. Mine is on the postponement of ECL's remains. What is all the confusion? Is ECL truly dead, or is it a mafia game of Plan B? Anyway, let the government cancel the national mourning. Some of our businesses are suffering. I'm Jinx.
0955-855-953. Good afternoon. Good afternoon.
Hello.
All right, so I'm just going to be rude a little bit today and cut your call. But do remember, if you're listening to us, wherever you are and whatever the name is, please remember, today, a Wednesday, we solely dedicated to women calling us, all right? Just like you used to dance along to Women's Night or Ladies' Night. Yes, we're bringing that back on this forum as well. It's Ladies' Day today, or it's Women's Day today. We definitely want them to give their voice as well. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, thank you. Mkwaitwa bomba nvan tulenda na bena.
La Veronica, shira bomba bana maparo.
Veronica, kabakonkanya hapo mkwai.
Ya, hawa tata baba alikuwa atake problem. Kula tuna mashu saba shari mwira chamira basata kwa papata. Press review andi, we are free issue ya president wa kuma president ya bini tuwa unka kutati. Bode taya ise. Wacharo lena tuwari mpata oi, pa Wednesday, ikietara mchero tuwachini. Amba kuti tuwampata au taya ise. Namba nisi, tuwali mpa government ya di tarapanshi, na family, baumpuana, bauchanya, ya kwete. Namba kuti tire konga nyapo, tumba tuwala itarachani. Kabalete tiaba piachi, tuwosho umtende, bale ya barari umtende hapa piachi. Moti kulandala ndo muntu, ari ana kwa kuti mweri kapokesha kulandala, mba kwa le ya pireba chani. Atu wapapata tuwe na Zambia. Sasa tuikatani, one Zambia, one nation. Zambia is a Christian country. Number Christian country, yara vera pe. How watu wakutu wapapata. Tulikuwa Victor.
Thank you very much for coming through. And in more stories, Chief Government Spokesperson Cornelius Moetwa says let former President Edgar Lungu will be remembered for showing leadership of unity and peace. Meanwhile, Moetwa says Lungu's private residence and the PF Secretariat alongside Belvedere Lodge are all perfect for mourning the late former president. 0955-855-953. You have text messages?
Yes, we do.
Let's go on.
Hi, Radio Sun FM and TV. My PR comes from ZNBC News. What preventable measures will the government take in order to arrest 9 accidents? Chungulinos from Pongwe Town. Hi, Sun FM TV. My PR is from what I heard. 10 Hours News at Millennium Radio. That Chapter 1 Foundation has called on the ruling UPND to restart the Constitution amendment process in light of the growing internal and external opposition by the lawmakers. A welcome move. I'm Edridge Chisenga from Pamozi. Hi, Sun FM. My PR is why they rush on to amend the Constitution when there are a lot of significant and most vital issues pertaining on national development like power blackouts, lack of essential drugs, as well as state funds that can be used to cushion the skyrocketing cost of living. I am Brian Chansa from Dola. Good afternoon, Madam Coco and Mr. Mwanza. My press review comes from the News Diggers paper from where I read about the PF Secretary General Fayou Nagajinda saying that the late former President Edgar Lungu did not appoint or endorse any individual to take over as party president or the presidential candidate before he died. I have come to understand that the grain dose and narcissism has killed a lot of people with a passion to lead on account that one, leadership is not an act of bravery but rather forbearance and strength to move forward with humility in the belief of what is righteous. Good day, Coco, and thank you for allowing my concern to be heard. Good afternoon, Zambia. Advocate Marlon C. in Chilila Wombwe. Good afternoon, Madam Coco and Mr. Mwanza. My press review comes from ZNBC Today's official page, where I watched and saw children of a woman found with a skeleton remains pleaded guilty of one count of failing to give notice of their father's death. Now my question is why the children are guilty and the mother is not guilty, because the law are not in change that the heart to restrain the heartless. Work well and God bless our country, Zambia. I'm Chungu M in Chilila Wombwe.
0955-855-953. Good afternoon.
Mwabombeni.
Mkwaitwa bomba nvantulenda na bena.
Mulanda na ba Grace Ngoma bana mpunduka bush.
Ba Grace nga bakonkanya pomkwai.
Mkwai press review andi ni na chumpo mwachibelo ngoko. Iyo ba sinto ba President late Lungu batwala ndokwe bati tule umfafe bamairo balande fi umubiri tawuleisa so nomba tule lombako ba government kale ni panshi n'obuna ba family mulanshanye bwino mupange ekintu kimupakwa tumubiri wise pante timutanaunsi kwa bulo mu ba family kusuminisha so tule lombako ba government na ba family na tule lombako nimfa ikale nze pamu mulanshanye n'obuteeko pakwa bati mubiri wise kubo kubashika ba former president wesu bali bombere muri kino ekyalo so ikale nfe panshi ba family n'obuteeko mulanshanye na totera mbombe bu.
Thank you very much for coming through. A 72-year-old man of Chitwi Farm Block in Luansha district is facing amputation of his limbs after being viciously attacked by 4 crossbreed dogs. The victim, William Konda, a farm worker at Baba's farm, met his fate last Thursday evening when he was coming from watching television on one of the farms around 19 hours. 0955-855-953.
Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, how are you?
I'm fine, thank you, ma'am. Who's on the line with us?
Name of Febi Mwale.
All right.
Calling you from Dola.
All right, ma. What's my conganyapo?
Madam, twalanga kasana kulolera since the government leka kumana kandi batte since sala twala abantu kulena Zambia kuntani batotela mkwaje.
Thank you very much for coming through. 0955-855-953. Have stories?
Good afternoon. My PRA is about the repatriation of the body of ECL. Our politicians are not our friends. Let's not put government in this. It's plan B. We are tired. Let them do what they think is right. Voice of the voiceless, the ambassador of life, Mr. Shepherd in Dola. This is Kennedy in Mapalondola. My PR is what I heard on Millennium Reach about the body of the former president and has been postponed. Please give our government, fellow people, what the family wants. Simple. We are tired of the same thing. Afternoon, my people. My PR is about these illegal immigrants that have been caught. Let them face the law, and these Zambians who are helping them be deported with them. You just don't know what you can be doing, bringing our country down in the danger cause of unauthorized immigrants. Thanks, Chishimba from Dola. Have a blissful day, people. Good afternoon. My PR is what I heard on Phoenix News about the bringing of the body of the former president today being cancelled. Please, can the involved parties remove politics from the funeral? Other nations are developing progressive ideas like electric cars in Botswana, as he is still arguing about the corpse, Chandawawon said, the independent governor. Good afternoon, Coco and Mr. Mwanza. I'm appealing to the government to listen to the family of the former president for the betterment of our nation. Charles Mwapeka Samba of Shilila Bombwe.
0955-855-953. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Mwanza na Bakoko mwabomba shani.
Mkwai to bomba fe uno bana bonga ngaba konkanya pomkwai.
Mkwai awe na lasenda poiti media shiri pia kwa muliro. Ndona chumpo kwine kusani FM ili apita kuwesha omubiri kuno abakateka. Mwe bantu bakwalesa. Apa tubefye abakuyiche fyabamo na bamo babeko kwati baba nombanga twabafya 50-50 tapali fyala bombeka. Na mnamwine bankashira abo batirana nena tumva bwino sana batiranda ko mukibemba batiranda na mukinyanja wai waperero omubi inani kulalanda bamakedi zulu ni ABCD lero tulekere pereso omwine kayina ali umfa kwali abalelanda yo abalekere nomba ngendu bamakedi zulu babelati ebo bapera maka as a spokesperson so elelanda flex makuli family. Ero kuliba Cornelius Muitwe kubalanire pali bali ex-president. Awe, umutima wabona lesa, ekambone, twatotera bombeni bwino.
Thank you very much for coming through. 0955-855-953. The Community Action Against Corruption says Zambia is not making any headway in the fight against corruption. Organization Chief Executive Officer Brighton Tembo said the corruption fight under the UPND government was not any different from the previous regime. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Musongo calling from Chililabombwe.
Ngabakonkanya pomkwai.
Emkonena nasema poidini ile ya former president wesu. Akwena mwanzini ife katashweme.
ine nalanga tukuli bakebi zulu bafami bachiteke bakebi zulu aho benyabo bakenda tumbuleko family bwino baitumbuleko bwino kuchikumbira gengi last week twalero this week twalero kubana wiki ipite abakebi zulu banasheko umuti natisha kelalo wala family nombra dala watumuleko family bwino zeno mwabalanda eso la familia yako so kwa pata bakebi zulu kwa pata mensalo umfanye na government bwino tesi mushike muviri wa former president kwabula president urete kukusangwapo twan papa tatulefaya fyongo tatulefaya fyomutende moneni talo afu bale bapetera ba former president abantu bonse badere shika balero shabe bapetera nombo ko bade yapala mweka sanyi
Thank you. Coming through, your 1 minute is up. 0955 855 953 076 122 is the number that you're sending us your text messages on for all the men out there. And we'll remember today the reason why we're not picking up men phone calls is because we're dedicating this particular day to women only calling us so that we can also hear their voices. Good afternoon. Mkwai, Kalfianya, your real names, please. You know the drill. Amashina yenwa Kalfianya. Ngaba konkanya pomkwai.
Naye mwana musoma kali. Leke ntulande kona ise. Kati twaumfa sana kali akijo ile akirire na tuno kugomba bwino turipi attention bakurobere kumbi twaumfa tsatai. Namukiba teba president bale tunja sokole na Zambia mule tunja baesta dungu na imona mkwata maka damu saka tintamuna kile mukaka antu nalamu landa abadume banji ye mtubashike niki mwepo kusabai badungu baleke ni bese na mule kwa musiki loko kunyine kitauki antu anakana sisi kwanza tule kwa pia kwa wingi kwa baba president aba iseka kwa mtete abakwa ekeni tushike bwino mutende nabale kwa bashiki loko kunyine kwa pindi ndeko kuranda ko kaila bahutwa bakiranda bwino.
Very much, Kalufianya, for coming through. Your time is up. 0955 855 953. You have a lot of text messages.
All right, good
Are they paragraphs?
afternoon,
Are they S's?
Coco. My PR is from the viral story of on Sun FM about the postponed of the ECL body. My contribution is that we are tired of hearing the same thing. Please let the government do its powers and cancel the national mourning cause more public services are affected. Please don't put funeral as comedy and we should respect the late ECL. I am Walia from Dola Twapia. Good afternoon, Sun Radio. I want to talk about what I heard on Sun FM Radio about the repatriation of former head of state ECL, where the family said it will not come today because of the government's change in agreement, which was done. But my concern is why the government changing the agreement. Very disappointed by government acts, Mr. Mishek. Good afternoon, Sun FM Radio and TV. I'm Christopher Siame from Dola. My press review is on what I heard on Radio Chimwemwe, where the Information Minister Cornelius Mwetwa, who praised the late former President Edgar Lungu's leadership and contributions to the peace of Zambia. It's commendable to acknowledge his legacy, but it is equally important to appreciate leaders while they are still with us. Regarding the repatriation of President Lungu's body, I will urge all the parties to prioritize dignity and respect. Let's not politicize this funeral. We are tired of the postponements. The government should respect the family's wishes, allow them to determine the timing, and provide necessary support once they decide. It's time to bring closure to this matter and let the late president rest in peace. Thank you. Good afternoon, Zambia. Hi, Radio Sun FM and TV. My PR comes from ZNBC News. What preventable measures is government taking to order the arrest of the mine accidents? Chungu, Linos, Mpongwe Town.
0955 855 953. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Sun FM.
Good afternoon. Thank you. Who do we have on the line?
This is Davis calling from Kabwe.
Davis, kindly note that today we are only accommodating women on our live phone because you can send us a text message, Davis.
All right, thank you.
All right, thank you very much for coming through. 0955-855-953. Now, Transparency International Zambia, TIZ, says there is no shame in government admitting that Bill number 7 is not wanted by the Zambian people. On Monday, Luapula Province Minister Nason Msonda and several lawmakers, some of whom belong to the ruling UPND, raised concern during the parliamentary workshop over the inconsistency in the proposed constitutional amendment bill number 7 of 2025. It's mouthful. 0955-855-953. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Well, we lost you. You can send us a text message if you're male, and if you're female, you can call us back. Coco, you have text messages, obviously.
0955-855-953 or 076-9122-851.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, thank you. Who do we have on the line?
Please don't entertain the men being experienced.
Okay, who do we have on the line? We will not entertain the men.
The women have spoken.
The women have spoken. A woman has spoken.
The
Don't
women
entertain
are
the men.
speaking.
Don't entertain the men. Good afternoon. Good afternoon, thank you. Who do we have on the line? And kindly speak up.
This is Julia Veronica Manda. I'm calling you from Ndola.
Okay, Veronica, kindly go ahead, please.
Yes, my issue is it's a cautious concern about what the former president wants to be repatriated to do. I think the government should agree with the family on what to do so that at least the body of the former president can come into Zambia, and then afterwards, that was people over there and my issues work with the government, all of Kavere and Ukulantanya later on, but at the moment, at least therefore, our former president, we check on Saroni, so at least we don't be Sarakonga. Thank you. Good afternoon.
Thank you very much for coming through. It's 13:56 on your press review. My name is Victor Mwanza and Lukonsha Sakala. We are definitely remaining with about 4 minutes before we call it a wrap. And would remember that today we accommodate women on your voice calls. Good afternoon. We lost you, but you might as well send us a text message. And in more stories that we have on your press review today is Chief Chamuka of Lenja speaking people in Central Province has urged government to revise its approach to handling disputes in chiefdoms, calling for more efficient and responsive conflict resolution measures. 0955-855-953. You have text messages.
Good afternoon, Sun FM. My take is on what is trending in almost all media houses concerning the repatriation of the body of ECL. Who is at fault, government or the family? Mulenga Wale Francis Mushili Kasenengu in Dola.
Kansengu. Say Kansengu.
Kansengu.
Yes.
Kansengu.
Okay, let's try to pick up a call. Good afternoon.
Yafika zona kuno.
Hello. Good afternoon.
Hello.
Good afternoon. Yafika kuno phone ko yan.
So, yeah. How are you?
Very fine, thank you. Who do we have on the line?
I don't know if I can speak Tonga.
Wambaola basa, Wambaola.
Okay,
so Coco, respond to him.
This is a man.
Respond to him. Tell him what's going on. Tell him what's going on in Tonga.
And
tell him what's going on in Tonga.
This, Victor. Time has already passed.
I wanted you to speak to him in Tonga. Don't get stressed. Don't get stressed. Wambaola Tonga. Wambaola. Wagaganzi. Wambaola Tonga. Wambaola. What'd you say? Msanghoyu.
Okay, thank you.
So no, it's a day for women calling us, you know. How do you say that in Tonga? How do you say that in Tonga? Today is a day for women calling us.
Yes.
Say it in Tonga.
What?
Say today is a day for women to call us in Tonga. Say it in Tonga. She speaks Tonga, but she can't speak Tonga on radio. Good afternoon.
Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, thank you. Who do we have on the platform?
Miriam Samakuldola.
I'm quite Miriam.
Nanana Sindanda Kopadi Nedia Shia Mobile Wabaka. Kanshi nishi abantu abatabona pote chapebaye sabenabare mona kwatsindi mukwangala batinga kumbiri waita wabaisasisha naba mukanso senbatusha koko bakipinto bakonkanya polai usiye kubaleti ngoba mpapa sindande.
Thank you very much for coming through. And our last story, PF Secretary General Rafa Nakachinda says let former President Edgar Lungu